welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking play and welcome to episode 3 of Proyecto Libertadores, our Football Manager 2019 series with Estudiantes de La Plata in Argentina. Today we are making our competitive debut as the manager of Estudiantes. We take on Blooming of Bolivia in the first leg of the second round of the Copa Sudamericana. So we're going to get straight in, just show you what's been going on in our friendlies. And as you can see, things have picked up. We had the inter-squad match. We drew 0-0 against our reserve team. We then lost at home to Peñarol before going away in the next two, winning 3-1 after coming from behind against Deportivo Maipú and then beating All Boys with an own goal. So own goals, I've been reading on Twitter quite a bit. Own goals seem to be a thing. And we've had them in our last two games, so that'll be interesting to see if that comes into play again today. You may remember that I said that episode 3 may have been a transfer update if it needed it, but we're still very early on in the season. It's only the end of July. We've got another month, I think, of the transfer window. But we have made a couple of transfers. We've got this guy hopefully coming in as well, Santiago Naguel. He is on a free transfer. He's played for Brown, Defensa y Justicia, Union Santa Fe, Racing Club, Argentinos Juniors. So he's got some pedigree to him. He looks reasonably good as a winger. A little bit of backup, a little bit of squad depth. Hopefully that will go through before too long. As I said, though, we have brought in a couple of players. So we've brought in Leonardo Pisculici. He's coming from Argentinos Juniors, but he's also been at Vitoria in Portugal, River, and then he's been to Qatar and looks like China as well, and Spain with Mallorca. But looks really good. He's 34, but he looks fantastic. Obviously, stamina's not great. He's not going to play loads and loads of games in a row, but just look at it, so much green on his stats. He looks fantastic. He's already done okay in our friendlies, but hopefully he will settle in and do really well. And this guy, Jonier Viveros, has come in from Union Magdalena. He's Colombian. His contract was coming up. We found him on as a free transfer. So we got all that agreed, and then the option came up to buy for 18,500. So we took it because why not? He's worth 1.7 million. It's a no-brainer. He's already made an impact. He scored twice on his debut in one of those friendlies that we just saw, and he was just fantastic. So really looking forward to seeing this guy in action in competitive games. Excuse me. You can see Jacob Murillo here has gone out on loan to Farense. He's not in our plans. Half decent looking striker, but I'm not sure he's ever really going to make it for us. So quite happy to see him go out on loan. I'm happy to be proved wrong and for him to go out there and score an awful lot of goals, but I can't see it somehow. Here we are at the Estadio Único de La Plata. It is our competitive debuts. I've been desperately wanting to get to this match. Blooming, as I said, they're from Bolivia. The Bolivian league is not in the game, so they're not a very big squad. Pretty much the only players that they have are the ones with the faces. All the rest are greyed out. So we are going with Daniel Sapper in goal today. Because he needs a bit of match fitness. Mariano Andujar has been playing most of the friendlies, so we're giving Daniel Sapper a go today. He's a really good young keeper. We've got Evangelista at left back, Neguera, Shunka and Sanchez making up the back four, Estevez and Laba in midfield, and then it's Viveros, Pisculici, Zucqui and Carlo Latanzio up top. Going with the 4-2-3-1 again. I did try a 4-4-2 because we've got a lot of strikers and we didn't have any attacking midfielders, any number 10. So I did try and 4-4-2 for about an hour of the inter-squad match, and it was awful. It was really, really bad. 4-4-2 I really struggle with. So we went back and we've built this 4-2-3-1 using one of the templates and just making some tweaks, and I'm using it as well in my blog save with Aston Villa. and it's starting to take shape nicely. It's starting to look like it could be as good as our FM18 4-2-3-1. So if it does come off, I may well do a video on it. But here we go. We're going to say, if we play our game, we'll win. You're all very capable of that. We're overwhelming favourites to beat Blooming here. We should be recording a debut win, in fairness, and a comfortable one at that. So let's get out there and do it. Oh, we've got one of these rubbish interviews. You're about to take charge of your first match as Estudiantes manager. Can you sum up your feelings? It's a special day. Can't wait to get going. Don't know who Mauro Zanotti is. Fernando Zucchi is the captain. Oh, only 3 questions. That was pretty good. Yeah, I'm loving the match engine. It looks like a proper football game now, isn't it? You can really... It's raining. You can really see the improvements that have been made. It's absolutely superb. And yeah, I'm just loving it. Even the corners, you can really see the curl on the ball. Look at that, whipped in like that. It's brilliant. Evangelista with the throw to Estevez, back to Evangelista, Laba to Piscalici. I keep saying that name wrong. That was a rubbish highlight. What was that? Here he is with the free kick and he's put it wide. Piscalici. It really, to me, doesn't sound right, that, but there we go. So we do have a goal in one of the other games. Shaylon has scored for, I assume that's Sao Paulo. Here we go again with Piscalici taking I'm going to change his name. I'm going to give him a nickname. Pereira now though has it for Blooming. Don't do this to me. Do not do this. What this? No. That was a rubbish cross. Daniel Sapper throws out to Zucchi. Right, here we go. Counter is on. Fernando Zucchi coming forward. I like this guy. And Viveros is there. Scores on his debut. Brilliant. And it looks as though cross from wing to wing are the way to go. Back on, I think it was on FM19, crosses were way overpowered, weren't they? And it looks, at the moment, like it could be the same on FM19. And that is the end of the half. That is literally the only highlight we've seen, pretty much, is that goal from Jonier Viveros. But again, it's a debut goal for a player that has had a real impact since he's come into the team. It's been a rubbish half. I'm just going to say I'm not happy because it was absolute rubbish. We've had 3 shots and 1 on target. Interestingly, while we're kicking off the second half, if you use touchline shout-outs, let me know your experiences with them, because I use the encourage one an awful lot in FM18, but whenever I use it now in FM19, because you get feedback on the body language bit here, you get feedback from your shout-outs, and encourage always seems to stress the players out as Piscalici fires another free kick just wide. So you give them encourage and they all come up saying frustrated by the feedback. If you praise them, they seem to be inspired. If you tell them to get creative, they enjoy that one as well. Demand more always seems to make them focused. But encourage really seems to have a detrimental effect. And that's a great ball, and Viveros is in again. And that's a corner. It's a good save. The rain is lashing it down. I know in real life they've had some real problems with the rain in Argentina, and Estudiantes have had a couple of games abandoned and postponed because of the rain. It's been absolutely lashing it down in the Buenos Aires area. But here are Blooming looking to get back on terms and give themselves an advantage with an away goal. Here's Vaca, plays it across, and Pereira. And did that hit the bar? I think it did. Comes back in now. Pereira, what a tackle by Jonathan Shunka. And it was offside. So yeah, we're going to do one now. And we're going to do the encourage just to show you what I mean. So here it goes through, and look at that. Everyone, all 11 players, frustrated by the feedback. What? Vaca crosses the halfway line. It's been an awful game. It really has not been good at all. And they've hit the post again here. That's a second one off the woodwork. That cross was wicked, wasn't it? It properly whipped in. Here's Latanzio to Brania. It's a penalty. It is a penalty. Piscalici is going to take it, apparently. We're going to have a look. We've made a couple of changes. Rodrigo Brania and Juan Sejas have come on, as you can see. We are going to have Piscalici take the penalty. So we've taken off Zucchi and one of the midfielders. I can't remember who it was now. There's a penalty for us anyway, and it's going to be Piscu Lici for a debut goal for him, and it's fired into the bottom corner, and it looks as though with 20 minutes to go, that expert penalty is going to get us a debut win. Jonathan Schunke hits the free kick forward. So we brought Mariano Pavoni on for Carlo Latenzio. And there he is. Look at that. Scoring within a couple of minutes. And it's one of our other substitutes, Juan Seijas, that has the assist. And it's 3-0 with 9 minutes to go. It's a good cross from deep. And Mariano Pavoni with a lovely header. Keeper gets hands, but it's 3-0. Piscu Lici with the free kick, drilled into the top corner. He's been close with a couple already this match. But we're going to get a brilliant view of this one. But that one whipped into the roof of the net. It's 4-0. And unless Blooming get a consolation goal here, we will not be showing the second leg on camera. The next video is going to be that Gimnasia match. And then after that, it'll be another league game, maybe one of our home league games. 4-0 is utterly flattering, isn't it? Looking at the stats, we've had 8 shots and 4 on target, and we've scored them all. But 4-0 on our home debut, on our competitive debut with the club, that is as good as we could hope for. Performance wasn't spectacular, but we've got the job done, and that is all that matters. So we're going to say a good win, boys. That's all we need to say. Don't need to say anything else. We've won 4-0. Let's move on. So we've had some other games as well. Atletico Tucumán have beaten Unión Española by a goal to 0. Deportivo Cali beat Libertad 1-0. And Sao Paulo got a 3-1 win over the brilliantly named General Diaz. Apologies, by the way, if you can hear some chirping in the background. It's we've got a bearded dragon, and it's the crickets in their cage. Future, I think I might have to move them out. They're supposed to be silent. If they're coming through the mic, I apologise. They are not silent. So yeah, let's have a look at the schedule then. So brilliant win. Really loving this. I really like the fact that they've got all these fixtures grouped into months as well. I really do like this little, just that little tweak. I really like it. So we've got a couple more friendlies to come before Gimnasia match, which will be the next video. That Gimnasia game away. City derby to kick off the season. And then after that, we'll have the Blooming second leg, which we're not going to show now because it's going to take something monumental for that one to not go right. So after that, we've got San Lorenzo at home, which I guess might be the next video. I really want to do a home league game as the next video, but after that, we've got San Martin de Tucumán and Colón away, and then Newell's Old Boys at home. So maybe what we'll do is we'll go to the San Martin Tucumán game for episode 5, and then Newell's at home would be a good one to do, I think. So yeah, that might be the plan, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button. Hit subscribe as well if you haven't already. Turn on those notifications. As always, get involved in the comments. Let me know how you're finding FM. Any little bugs, glitches, anything that you're loving. Have you found a formation that is killing the game? Let me know, because I'd love to see it. And I will be back for that Gimnasia match very soon. I hope you'll join me for it. Cheers for watching, guys. Bye-bye.